3 years ago, the alien ships came to Earth's solar system. They did not come to make friends. They came to look around and see what was there. The aliens called themselves the Galactic Empire. They ruled over hundreds of planets across the galaxy. They had big ships and powerful weapons. Admiral Vexthara stood on the bridge of her massive warship. She was tall and had blue skin with 4 arms. Her yellow eyes looked at the small blue planet on the screen. Earth looked so tiny and weak from space. The Admiral laughed at what she saw. "This planet is nothing," she said to her officers. "Look at their pathetic ships. They can barely leave their own world. We could destroy them all in minutes." Her assistant, a younger alien with green skin, nodded. "Should we conquer them now, Admiral?" "No." Vexthara waved one of her hands. "They are not worth our time. Let them play with their little rockets. They will never be a threat to anyone. File the report. Mark this world as harmless." The Empire's survey ships had watched Earth for months. They saw humans launch small rockets into space. They saw the tiny space station orbiting the planet. They saw the simple satellites. To the Empire, humans looked like children playing with toys. The aliens did not know about the secret base hidden deep under the Nevada desert. They did not know about Dr. Jake Morrison and his team of scientists. They did not know about Project Blackout. Dr. Morrison was a thin man with gray hair and tired eyes. He had been working on the secret project for 5 years. Every day, he went down into the underground facility. The elevator went down for 2 minutes before it stopped. The base was built so deep that no one could find it from above. The main lab was huge. It was filled with computers, machines, and equipment that did not exist anywhere else on Earth. In the center of the room was something that looked impossible. It was a piece of metal that came from space. It was not from Earth. "How are the tests going today?" Morrison asked Captain Lisa Brooks. Lisa was a military engineer. She was young and smart. She had short black hair and wore a uniform. She was one of the few people who knew the truth about the metal. "The metal is still giving us problems," she said. "It acts like no material we have ever seen. Sometimes it is harder than diamond. Sometimes it bends like rubber. We cannot figure out how it works." The metal had come from an alien ship that crashed in the Pacific Ocean 2 years before the Empire arrived. The crash had been kept secret. Only a few people in the government knew about it. The alien ship was small, probably a scout, but its technology was amazing. Dr. Ryan Clark walked over to them. He was the team's top physicist. He had been studying the alien metal for months. "I think I understand it now," he said. "The metal changes based on what we want it to do. It reads our thoughts somehow." Morrison raised his eyebrows. "That sounds crazy." "I know it sounds crazy," Clark said, "but watch this." He put his hand on the metal and closed his eyes. Slowly, the metal began to change shape. It became longer and thinner. Then it became round like a ball. Then it went back to its original shape. "How did you do that?" Lisa asked. "I just thought about what I wanted it to become," Clark said. "The metal responded to my thoughts." "This is not just metal. This is something alive. Something that can think." Morrison felt excited, but also scared. If they could use this technology, they could build amazing things. But they had to be careful. The Empire was out there somewhere. They might come back. In another part of the base, Commander Alex Turner was training in the flight simulator. He was a test pilot with 15 years of experience. He had flown every type of aircraft the military had. But the simulator was teaching him to fly something that had never been built before. The simulator showed him flying through space at incredible speeds. He could turn and move in ways that should have been impossible. The ship in the simulation could disappear and reappear in different places. It could fire weapons that tore through enemy ships like paper. This cannot be real, Turner said to himself. No ship can do these things. Chief Engineer Ben Hughes was working on the ship's engine. The engine was not like anything humans had built before. It used the alien metal and alien technology. It created power by bending space itself. The engine is almost ready, Hughes told Morrison, but I am not sure it will work. We are dealing with forces we do not understand. Morrison nodded. We have to try. If the Empire comes back, we need to be ready. Navigator Ellen Price was studying star maps and alien navigation systems. She was trying to figure out how alien ships move through space so fast. The answers she found were disturbing. The Empire has thousands of ships, she told Morrison. They control most of the galaxy. If they decide to attack Earth, we would not stand a chance with normal weapons. Weapons Officer Danny Shaw was working on the most dangerous part of the project. He was building weapons using alien technology. The weapons could destroy matter at the atomic level. They were more powerful than nuclear bombs. These weapons scare me, Shaw admitted to Morrison. They could destroy a whole city with one shot. Morrison looked around the lab at his team. They were all working on something that could save Earth or destroy it. The technology was dangerous, but it was their only hope. We have to keep working, Morrison said. Somewhere out there, the Empire is watching. They think we are weak and helpless. Let them think that. When they come back, we will be ready. Deep in space, Admiral Vexthara's ship was moving toward the next system. She had already forgotten about the small blue planet. Earth was just another weak world in a galaxy full of weak worlds. But she was wrong. Earth was not weak. Earth was preparing. The Empire needed more resources for their war against another alien race. They had been fighting for 10 years, and their ships needed special metals to keep going. Someone remembered the small blue planet they had seen before. Fleet Commander. Zarkith got his orders while he was eating breakfast on his flagship. He was a large alien with red skin and sharp teeth. He had destroyed many planets for the Empire. Earth would be easy. Prepare the fleet, he told his officers. We are going to claim the Sol system. The planet has the metals we need. How many ships should we bring? Asked his second-in-command. Zarkith laughed. 3 dreadnoughts and 12 destroyers. That is more than enough to scare the humans into giving up. The Empire's dreadnoughts were huge ships. Each one was over 1 kilometer long. They carried enough firepower to destroy a moon. The destroyers were smaller, but still deadly. Together, the fleet could wipe out Earth's entire population in hours. On Earth, the Deep Space Monitoring Station picked up the alien ships when they were still 2 weeks away. The station was hidden on the dark side of the moon. It had been built in secret after the first alien visit. Lieutenant Mike Chun was on duty when the sensors started beeping. He could not believe what he was seeing. 15 alien ships were heading straight for Earth. They were moving fast. Get me Earth Command right now, Chun said to his assistant. His hands were shaking as he typed the report. On Earth, President. Kate Sullivan was having dinner with her family when the phone rang. It was the red phone that only rang for emergencies. Her stomach dropped when she heard the news. How long do we have? She asked General Paul Martinez. 2 weeks if they keep moving at their current speed, Martinez said. But they could speed up. What can our military do? Martinez was quiet for a moment. Our best warships would last maybe 10 minutes against one of their destroyers. We have nuclear weapons, but their ships probably have shields. President Sullivan closed her eyes. She knew this day would come. Contact Dr. Morrison. Tell him it is time. In the underground base, alarms were going off. Morrison and his team had been working around the clock for 3 years. Their secret ship was almost ready, but not quite. "We need more time," Chief Engineer Hughes said. "The engine is not stable. It could explode." "We do not have more time," Morrison replied. "Show me what we have." They walked to the main hangar. There, sitting in the shadows, was the USS Phantom. It was not a big ship. It was only 50 meters long, but it was covered in the strange alien metal that could change and adapt. The ship looked like it was made of liquid mercury. Its surface moved and flowed like water. Sometimes it was there, sometimes it seemed to disappear. The alien metal made it nearly invisible to sensors. Commander Turner was running final checks on the ship's systems. Everything was new and untested. The engines used technology that broke the laws of physics. The weapons could destroy matter itself. The navigation system could bend space and time. "How does it feel?" Morrison asked. "Like flying a spaceship from a science fiction movie," Turner said. "Half the time I am not sure if it will work or kill me." Dr. Clark was still studying. "The alien metal. I think I understand why it works," he said. "The metal is not just metal. It is alive. It thinks. It learns. It wants to help us." "That is impossible," Hughes said. "Is it?" Clark touched the wall of the ship. The metal seemed to pulse under his hand. "This ship is not just a machine. It is a partner. It knows we are in danger. It wants to protect Earth." Navigator Price was plotting courses through space that should have been impossible. The ship could move in ways that normal physics said were wrong. It could be in two places at once. It could travel faster than light without using normal engines. "I have been studying the alien navigation systems," Price said. "They think in 3 dimensions. We can think in 4. That gives us an advantage." Weapons Officer Shaw was loading the ship's weapons. The quantum disruptors were the most powerful weapons humans had ever built. They could tear apart the bonds between atoms. They could turn solid matter into energy. "These weapons are dangerous," Shaw said. "Not just to the enemy, to us too. If something goes wrong, we could destroy ourselves." "We have to take that risk," Morrison said. "If we do nothing, Earth dies anyway." The ship's AI was called Oracle. It was not like any computer humans had built before. It was created using alien technology. It could think faster than any human. It could process millions of calculations in seconds. "Oracle, are you ready?" Turner asked. "I am ready, Commander," the AI replied. Its voice sounded almost human. "I have analyzed the enemy ships. I have found their weaknesses. We can defeat them." "How can you be sure?" "Because I am not just a computer. I am part of the ship. The ship is part of me. Together, we are more than the sum of our parts." Morrison gathered his team together. They all knew this might be their last day on Earth. The ship was not fully tested. The weapons were experimental. The crew had never flown in space before. "We are about to do something that has never been done," Morrison said. "We are going to take alien technology and use it to defend our home. We do not know if it will work. We do not know if we will survive. But we have to try." Commander Turner looked at his crew. There were only 12 people on the ship. 12 people to save. 7 billion. Navigator Price, Weapons Officer Shaw, Chief Engineer Hughes, and 9 others. They were all volunteers. They all knew the odds. "Are you ready?" Turner asked. "We are ready," they said together. The ship's engines started to hum. The alien metal began to glow. The hangar doors opened above them. For the first time in 3 years, the Phantom was ready to fly. Outside, the Empire's fleet was getting closer. Fleet Commander Zarkith was confident. He had destroyed hundreds of planets. Earth would be no different, but Zarkith did not know. about the Phantom. He did not know about the alien technology. He did not know that humans could be dangerous when they were cornered. The Phantom lifted off from the secret base. It rose through the atmosphere and into space. On the surface, no one could see it. The alien metal made it invisible to all sensors. The ship moved toward the edge of the solar system. Its mission was simple: destroy the Empire's fleet before they could reach Earth. 12 humans against 15 alien warships. It should have been impossible, but humans had always done impossible things. The Empire's fleet arrived at Earth like a storm. 15 massive ships appeared in the sky above the planet. People on the surface looked up and saw the alien vessels blocking out the sun. Many people panicked and ran. Others just stared in. Fear. Fleet Commander Zarkith was pleased with himself. The human planet looked even weaker than he remembered. Their tiny ships were no match for his dreadnoughts. He expected the humans to surrender immediately. "Send them our demands," he told his communications officer. "Tell them they have 1 hour to give up." The message was broadcast on every radio and television station on Earth. Zarkith's voice was deep and scary. "Humans of Earth, you will surrender your planet to the Galactic Empire. You will not resist. If you fight, we will destroy you all." But the humans did not surrender. Instead, they sent back a message that surprised Zarkith. Ambassador Carl Henderson appeared on the screen. He was an older man with white hair and a calm voice. "We would like to talk," Henderson said. "Perhaps we can find a way to work together that helps both our peoples." Zarkith laughed. "These humans think they can negotiate with us. How amusing. Should we destroy them now?" asked his second-in-command. "No, let them talk. It will be fun to watch them beg. We will meet with them. Let them think they have hope, then crush them anyway." While the Empire prepared for fake negotiations, the Phantom was already in space. The ship had been following the alien fleet for 3 days. Commander Turner and his crew watched every move the Empire made. The Phantom was completely invisible. The alien metal that covered the ship bent light around it. It was like looking at empty space. The Empire's sensors could not detect it at all. "Their formation is sloppy," Navigator Price said. "They are not expecting any resistance." "Good," Turner replied. "The longer they think we are helpless, the better." Weapons Officer Shaw was studying the alien ships through the Phantom sensors. "I can see weak spots in their shields," he said. "The shields pulse in a pattern. Every 47 seconds, there is a gap." Chief Engineer Hughes was monitoring the ship's systems. "The engines are holding steady. The alien metal is working perfectly. It is like the ship knows what we need." "Because it does," Dr. Clark said over the radio from Earth. "I have been studying the metal more. It is not just responding to us. It is learning from us. It wants to help us win." The Oracle AI was processing thousands of pieces of information every second. It was learning how the Empire's ships moved and how they fought. It was finding weaknesses that human eyes could not see. "I have analyzed their tactical patterns," Oracle said. "They are overconfident. They expect easy victory. This makes them careless." On Earth, the fake negotiations were about to begin. President Sullivan and her team were meeting with Ambassador Henderson. They needed to buy time for a Phantom to get into position. "Remember," Sullivan said, "keep them talking as long as possible. Ask about their culture, their history, their technology. Make them think we are interested in joining their empire." Henderson nodded. "I understand. How long do you need?" "At least 6 hours, maybe more." The meeting took place on a neutral ship that the Empire sent down to Earth. Henderson and his team went aboard, knowing they might not come back. The alien ship was huge and intimidating. The walls were covered with strange symbols and blinking lights. Zarkith was waiting for them in a large room. He was even scarier in person than on the screen. His red skin looked like blood, and his teeth were sharp like knives. "So, humans want to talk," Zarkith said. "Tell me, what do you think you can offer the Empire?" Henderson had prepared for this question. "We have unique resources on our planet. Our people are creative and hardworking. We could be valuable members of your empire." "Valuable?" Zarkith laughed. "You are insects, but insects can be useful. Tell me about your military forces." "We have armies and navies, but nothing compared to your power," Henderson said. "We would not dream of fighting you." While Henderson talked, the Phantom was moving into attack position. The ship had been mapping the Empire's fleet for hours. Every ship, every weapon, every weak point was recorded. "They have positioned their ships in a defensive formation," Price said. "The 3 dreadnoughts are in the center. The destroyers are spread around them like a shield. That formation protects them from attacks coming from one direction," Shaw said. "But if we attack from multiple directions at once, we can confuse them." "How can we attack from multiple directions?" Turner asked. "We only have one ship," Oracle answered. "The alien metal can create duplicates of itself. Not real ships, but images that look real to sensors. We can make them think there are many of us." Turner was amazed. "The ship can create illusions?" "The ship can do many things we have not discovered yet," Oracle said. "It is teaching me new abilities every hour." Back on the alien ship, Henderson was doing his best to keep the negotiations going. He asked about the Empire's history, their technology, their other conquered planets. Zarkith enjoyed talking about his victories. "We have destroyed over 1,000 worlds," Zarkith bragged. "Some surrendered quickly. Others fought and were completely erased. Your planet will be wise to surrender." "What happened to the people on those worlds?" Henderson asked. "The useful ones became slaves. The others died." Zarkith's smile was cold. "Your species might be useful as workers. You breed quickly, and you are not too stupid." Henderson felt sick, but he kept his face calm. "That is very generous of you." On the Phantom, the crew was getting ready for battle. They had been studying the Empire's ships for 6 hours. They knew everything about their enemies now. "The negotiations are almost over," Turner said. "Earth Command says we have maybe 1 more hour." "That is enough time," Shaw said. "I have targeted all their weak points. When we attack, it will be fast and deadly." Hughes was pushing the ship's engines to their limits. "I have never seen anything like this," he said. "The alien metal is making the engines more powerful. It is like the ship wants to fight." "Maybe it does," Price said. "Maybe it remembers being captured by the Empire. Maybe it wants revenge." Oracle was calculating attack patterns. "I have run 10,000 simulations. In 97% of them, we achieve victory. But the cost will be high." "What cost?" Turner asked. "The ship will be damaged. Some of us may not survive." Turner looked at his crew. They were all young and brave. They had volunteered for this mission, knowing they might die. "Are you ready to do this?" "We are ready," they said together. On the alien ship, Zarkith was getting bored with the negotiations. "Enough talk," he said. "You have 1 hour to surrender your planet. If you refuse, we will destroy every city on Earth." Henderson tried to keep talking, but Zarkith stood up. "The negotiations are over. Go back to your planet and prepare to die." As Henderson's shuttle flew back to Earth, he sent a coded message to the Phantom. "Time is up. The attack will begin in 1 hour." Turner received the message and felt his heart racing. "This is it," he said. "For Earth, for humanity, for everyone we love." The Phantom moved into its final attack position. The ship was invisible, floating in empty space between the Empire's formation and Earth. 12 humans, Against 15 alien warships. It was time to show the Empire the humans were not insects. The attack began at exactly 3:47 in the morning, ship time. The Phantom had been invisible for hours, floating like a ghost behind the Empire's largest dreadnought. Commander Turner gave the order that would change everything. "Fire," he said. Quietly. The quantum disruptor charged up with a sound like thunder. The weapon was designed to tear apart the bonds between atoms. When it fired, it created a beam of pure destruction that could cut through anything. The beam hit the dreadnought's main reactor. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the massive ship began to shake. Lights flickered along its hull. Suddenly, the kilometer-long warship split in half like a broken toy. The explosion was so bright it could be seen from Earth. Fleet Commander Zarkith was thrown from his chair as his flagship shook. "What happened?" he shouted. "Where did that attack come from?" "I don't know, sir," his sensor officer replied. "Our sensors show nothing. The attack came from empty space." "That's impossible. Find the enemy ship." But the Phantom was already moving. The alien metal that covered the ship made it invisible to all sensors. It could disappear and reappear anywhere. The Empire's advanced technology was useless against it. Navigator Price was flying the ship in ways that should have been impossible. The Phantom could change direction instantly without slowing down. It could be in two places at once. It moved through space like a ghost. "Target the destroyers," Turner ordered. "Take them out one by one." Weapons Officer Shaw locked onto the nearest destroyer. The ship was trying to turn and fight, but it was too slow. The Phantom moved faster than light and struck from behind. Quantum disruptor fired again. This time it hit the destroyer's shield generator. The shield collapsed and the ship was exposed. A second shot tore through the destroyer's hull, causing it to explode. "2 down, 13 to go," Shaw said. The Empire's ships were panicking. They fired their weapons wildly into space, hoping to hit the invisible enemy. Their laser beams and missiles passed through empty space. They were fighting a ghost. "Sir, we've lost contact with the Nightblade," reported one of Zarkith's officers. "It just exploded." "How many ships have we lost?" Zarkith demanded. "3, sir. The flagship and 2 destroyers." Zarkith could not believe it. He had never lost a battle before. He had destroyed hundreds of planets. Now he was being defeated by an enemy he could not see. "All ships form a defensive circle," he ordered. "Fire in all directions. The enemy has to be somewhere." The Empire's remaining ships moved into a tight formation. They fired their weapons in every direction, creating a wall of laser fire. But the Phantom was not where they thought it was. Chief Engineer Hughes was monitoring the ship's systems. The alien metal was doing things that broke the laws of physics. It was bending space and time around the ship. It was creating energy from nothing. "The ship is operating at 150% capacity," Hughes reported. "It should be falling apart, but it's getting stronger." "The ship wants to fight," Oracle said. "It remembers being captured by the Empire. It wants revenge for its creators." Turner was beginning to understand. The alien metal was not just technology. It was alive. It had feelings. It was angry at the Empire for destroying its home world. "Oracle, can you communicate with the ship directly?" Turner asked. "I have been trying," Oracle replied. "It is difficult. The ship thinks in ways that are not human. But I think it understands our mission." The Phantom suddenly accelerated to incredible speed. It flew straight through the Empire's formation, firing at 3 ships at once. The quantum disruptors were so powerful that they destroyed 2 destroyers completely. The 3rd ship was badly damaged and began to drift. "Impossible," Zarkith whispered. "No ship can move that fast." Sir, we're detecting multiple enemy ships, his sensor. Officer reported. They're surrounding us. How many? I'm reading 50 ... No, 100. The sensors are going crazy. The Phantom was using the alien metal to create illusions. To the Empire's sensors, it looked like there were dozens of enemy ships attacking from all directions. The aliens did not know which targets were real and which were fake. Fire at everything, Zarkith screamed. Destroy them all. The Empire's ships fired wildly in all directions. They were so confused that they began hitting each other. 2 destroyers collided while trying to avoid what they thought was an enemy attack. A 3rd destroyer was hit by friendly fire and exploded. Phantom moved through the chaos like a predator hunting prey. It appeared, fired, and disappeared again. Each attack destroyed or disabled another Empire ship. The aliens were helpless against an enemy they could not see or understand. Navigator Price was flying the ship better than any human pilot ever had. The alien metal was helping her, showing her how to move through space in ways that normal ships could not. She could feel the ship's thoughts in her mind. The ship is teaching me, she told Turner. It's showing me how to fly like they did. Who did? Turner asked. The aliens who built it. They were peaceful. They never wanted to hurt anyone. But the Empire destroyed them anyway. Weapons Officer Shaw was amazed by the power of the quantum disruptors. Each shot was more accurate than the last. The weapons were learning from each battle, becoming more deadly. I'm not really aiming anymore, Shaw said. The ship is doing it for me. It knows exactly where to hit each target. Within 2 hours, the Empire had lost 10 ships. Only 5 remained, including Zarkith's damaged dreadnought. The proud fleet that had come to conquer Earth was nearly destroyed. Zarkith looked around his bridge. Half his crew was dead or injured. His ship was falling apart. Emergency lights flashed red all around him. Sir, we have to retreat, his second-in-command said. We cannot fight an enemy we cannot see. No, Zarkith shouted. I will not be. Defeated by insects, all ships ramming speed. If we are going to die, we will take the enemy with us. The remaining Empire ships charged forward, trying to ram the invisible enemy. But the Phantom was too fast and too smart. It dodged every attack and struck back with devastating force. The alien metal covering the ship was glowing now. It was fully awake and angry. It had been sleeping for years, waiting for this moment. Now it was free to fight back against the Empire that had destroyed its people. The ship is beautiful, Turner said, watching the metal flow and change. It's like watching liquid starlight. It's more than beautiful, Oracle said. It's alive. It's intelligent. It's everything the Empire feared and tried to destroy. The Phantom fired its most powerful weapon yet. The Quantum Cascade torpedo was designed to destroy entire cities. When it hit Zarkith's dreadnought, it did not just destroy the ship. It unraveled its atomic structure, turning the massive vessel into pure energy. The explosion created a brief artificial black hole that sucked in all the nearby debris. A moment, space itself seemed to bend and twist around the Phantom. When the light faded, only 3 Empire ships remained. They were damaged and drifting. Their crews were terrified and broken. The mighty fleet that had come to conquer Earth was almost completely destroyed. Please, came a weak transmission from one of the surviving ships. We surrender. Don't destroy. U.S. Commander Turner looked at his crew. They were exhausted, but victorious. 12 humans had defeated 15 alien warships. They had saved Earth and shown the galaxy that humanity was not weak. What are your orders, Commander? Shaw asked. Turner thought about all the worlds the Empire had destroyed, all the innocent people they had killed, all the civilizations they had wiped out. Part of him wanted to destroy them all, but that would make him like them. And humans were better than that. Let one ship go, Turner said. Let them tell their empire what happened here. Let them spread the word that Earth is protected. The Phantom moved away from the battle zone, still invisible to the Empire's sensors. The surviving alien ship limped away into deep space, carrying news that would shake the foundations of the galaxy. The age of human isolation was over. The galaxy would never be the same again. The news of the Empire's defeat spread across the galaxy like wildfire. The surviving ship that limped away from Earth carried a message that terrified the alien races. A small, unknown world had destroyed an entire Imperial fleet with a single invisible ship. Admiral Vexthara received the report while she was conquering another planet. She read it 3 times before she could believe it. The humans, the weak insects she had dismissed, had done the impossible. "This cannot be true," she said to her staff. "No primitive species could destroy 15 of our ships." "The ship's records confirm it," her aide replied. "Something called the Phantom appeared from nowhere and destroyed the entire fleet in 2 hours." Vexthara felt afraid for the first time in her life. What kind of weapons did they use? The survivors say they used quantum disruptors. They could destroy matter at the atomic level, and their ship was completely invisible to our sensors. The Empire's high command was in chaos. They had ruled the galaxy for 1,000 years. No one had ever defeated them so completely. The humans had not just won a battle. They had humiliated the Empire in front of every other species. On Earth, the Phantom was returning home. The ship had been damaged in the battle, but it was still flying. Commander Turner and his crew were heroes, but they were also exhausted. "How bad is the damage?" Turner asked Chief Engineer Hughes. "The hull has stress fractures in 12 places," Hughes reported. "The quantum disruptors are overheated. The engine is running at dangerous levels. We need to land soon. Can we make it back to base?" "The ship will get us home," Hughes said. "It wants to go home as much as we do." Navigator Price was guiding the ship back to Earth. She could feel the alien metal responding to her thoughts. The ship was tired but happy. It had fulfilled its purpose. "The ship is proud of what we did," Price said. "It feels like it honored its creators by defeating the Empire." When the Phantom landed at the secret base, Dr. Morrison and his team were waiting. They had watched the battle from Earth through telescopes and sensors. They could not believe what they had seen. "You did it," Morrison said as Turner climbed out of the ship. "You actually did it." "We all did it," Turner replied. "The ship, the crew, everyone who worked on this project. We saved Earth." President Sullivan arrived at the base a few hours later. She wanted to thank the crew personally. She also wanted to understand what had happened and what it meant for the future. "The galaxy knows about us now," she said. "We can't hide anymore. Other alien races will come looking for us. Some will want to be our friends. Others will want to destroy us." Dr. Morrison nodded. "That's why we need to build more ships." The Phantom was just the beginning. "How many ships can we build?" Sullivan asked. "As many as we need," Morrison replied. "The alien metal is still teaching us new things. We can build ships that are even more powerful than the Phantom." Dr. Clark had been studying the alien metal for months. He had discovered that it was not just technology. It was a living organism that could think and learn. It had been waiting for the right species to find it. "The metal chose us," Clark explained. "It could have worked with any species, but it chose humanity. It likes the way we think. It likes our creativity and our determination." The alien metal had come from a peaceful race that the Empire had destroyed long ago. Before they died, they had sent out seeds of their technology, hoping that someday another species would find them and use them to fight back. They knew the Empire would keep destroying worlds, Clark said. They wanted to give other species a chance to defend themselves. Weapons Officer Shaw was already working on new weapons. The quantum disruptors were just the beginning. The alien metal could create weapons that were even more powerful. We could build weapons that could destroy entire star systems, Shaw said. But we should not do that. That would make us like the Empire. What should we do? Sullivan asked. We should build ships to protect Earth and help other species, Turner said. We should be better than the Empire. Over the next few months, Earth changed completely. The secret was out. The world's governments worked together to build more ships like the Phantom. Factories were built underground and in space. The alien metal was studied and copied. The first new ship was called the Guardian. It was bigger than the Phantom and had more powerful weapons. The second ship was the Defender. The third was the Protector. Each ship was unique, shaped by the alien metal and the humans who worked with it. Captain Lisa Brooks was put in command of the Guardian. She had helped design the ship and understood how it worked. Like the Phantom, the Guardian was alive and intelligent. The ship has a personality, Brooks told her crew. It's curious and playful. It likes to explore and discover new things. Navigator Ellen Price was promoted to Admiral and put in charge of Earth's new space fleet. She had learned to communicate with the alien metal better than anyone else. She could feel what the ships were thinking. The ships are not just weapons, Price explained. They're explorers. They want to see the galaxy and meet new species. They want to make friends. Within a year, Earth had built 20 ships. Each one was different, with its own personality and abilities. Some were fighters, designed for battle. Others were explorers, built to travel to distant stars. A few were healers, equipped with technology that could repair damaged worlds. The Empire tried to attack Earth 3 more times. Each time, they sent bigger fleets with more powerful weapons. Each time, Earth's ships defeated them easily. The alien metal was learning and evolving, becoming more powerful with each battle. Other alien races began to contact Earth. Some were species that the Empire had conquered. They wanted humanity's help to free their worlds. Others were peaceful races that wanted to trade and share knowledge. The Zephyrians were a bird-like species that had been enslaved by the Empire for centuries. They sent a secret message to Earth, begging for help. Please, their message said, we have heard that you defeated the Empire. We are good people. We do not want to fight. We just want to be free. President Sullivan called a meeting of Earth's leaders. They had to decide whether to help other species or focus on protecting Earth. If we help them, we'll be at war with the Empire, General Martinez warned. They'll send their entire fleet against us. They're already at war with us, Turner pointed out. They won't stop trying to destroy us. We might as well help others while we fight. The decision was made. Earth would help other species fight for their freedom. The first mission was to liberate the Zephyrian home world. Commander Turner led the mission with 5 ships. The Phantom, Guardian, Defender, Protector, and Explorer flew to the Zephyrian system. They found a world covered in Empire bases and slave camps. The battle was swift and decisive. The Empire's ships were destroyed before they could send a distress signal. The slave camps were liberated, and the Zephyrians were free for the first time in 300 years. Thank you, the Zephyrian leader said to Turner. You have given us back our lives. How can we repay you? Help us free other worlds, Turner replied. Together, we can defeat the Empire. The Zephyrians joined Earth's alliance. They brought advanced knowledge of biology and medicine. Their healing technology was combined with the alien metal to create ships that could repair damaged planets. More species joined the alliance. The Crystalline Collective, a race of living crystals, shared their knowledge of energy manipulation. The Void Swimmers, Beings that lived in the empty space between stars taught humans how to move through dimensions. Each new species brought something valuable to the Alliance. The alien metal absorbed their knowledge and became more powerful. Earth's ships evolved, becoming living vessels that combined the best of all species. The Empire's response was predictable. They gathered their greatest fleet and launched a massive attack on Earth. 1,000 ships, led by Admiral Vexthara herself, came to destroy the world that had defied them, but Earth was ready. 50 ships met the Empire's fleet at the edge of the solar system. The battle was visible from Earth as flashes of light in the night sky. The Empire's ships were powerful, but they were fighting technology they could not understand. The alien metal had evolved beyond their comprehension. Earth's ships could be in multiple places at once, phase through solid matter, and manipulate time itself. Admiral Vexthara watched in horror as her fleet was destroyed. Her ships were being torn apart by weapons that broke the laws of physics. Her sensors showed impossible things happening all around her. "Retreat," she finally ordered. "All ships retreat." But it was too late. Only a few Empire ships escaped. The rest were destroyed or captured. The Empire's power was broken forever. The news of the Empire's defeat spread across the galaxy. Species that had been enslaved for centuries rose up in rebellion. The Empire's remaining forces were scattered and weak. Their 1,000-year reign was over. Earth became the center of a new galactic civilization. The Alliance of Free Species worked together to rebuild the galaxy. Wars ended. Slavery was abolished. Knowledge was shared freely. The alien metal continued to evolve, guided by the combined wisdom of all species. It created new technologies that could heal wounded worlds, restore dead ecosystems, and even bring back extinct species. Commander Turner, now an admiral, stood on the bridge of the newest ship, the Harmony. It was the largest ship ever built, designed not for war, but for